Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. Let me tell you how the divine will guide you throughout your day, family. This literally just happened to me less than an hour ago. Okay. I was talking on my phone to my daughter. This is how I know my phone is definitely being tapped. Okay. Because let me tell you what happened. I'm talking to my daughter on the phone, and I'm like, "Remember that thing Deanna had got when you came, when we was at your birthday party, and we went to Denny's?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "It's some sort of like stuffed, uh, what did they call it? A stuffed French toast, strawberries French toast." I said, "I've been craving one of those ever since, but I've been on this liquid diet." Long story short, I tell my daughter I'm going to go to Denny's. So there's one over here where I live, and there's one that's in my neighborhood I grew up in. Okay, I grew up in Montbello. Period, Denver, Colorado. Okay, I was the first eighth grader at Martin Luther King Jr. High. Okay, so I go to this Denny's now. While I'm getting ready to turn in, there's a F-150. It's gray, right? It's got temp tags on it. So it pulls into this parking spot, but then it backs all the way up. And I thought, oh, how nice of them, right? I was like, oh, that's cool. I could park right there then. So I park. As I park, Spirit says, wait, look. So I look, right? I look in my side mirror. And as they get out the car and approaching, man, you should have seen all the looks, the frowns, okay? Especially on their child's face. So I went, oh shit. Right, family? I said, oh shit. So I said, well, Spirit, what should I do? Spirit said, just stay out the way. I said, exactly. So when I walk in, y'all, there's a couple, they're like, yeah, sit by us. And I'm like, no, because it was kind of like an invite for something that I'm not down with. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? I'm like, what is this now? So the seater, the lady that was seating everybody, I asked her, I said, would it be okay if I sat all the way in the back? Okay. So when you first walk in this Denny's, you can go straight back. I think that's where the restrooms are, I guess. I don't know. I thought they were on the other side. I don't think I've ever used that public restroom there at that Denny's. So I sat all the way at the back, and they on the right hand side walking back, there are these single booths. So where it could just be for you and another. So I'm the only person over there, family, right? So I thought, I avoided the negative energy. I'm gonna sit over here, I'm gonna be chilling, and everything's gonna be good. As I'm eating, certain people, different ones coming in, they might sit at the bench way at the front, or whatever, but I'm minding my business. Okay. I'm looking at, a reader I look at on YouTube. Long story short, y'all, I'm sitting there, I'm getting ready to go. Let me tell you how the devil is busy, and let me tell you how these gang stalkers are still gang stalking. But now they're doing it through different people. Okay. Now this man stands about 6'3". Okay. He's about 6'3", 280 pounds. The woman is about my height, way thicker than me, and her daughter is definitely my height. Okay. Thick, a little thick girl too. Okay. So I look up, and they're hitting the corner coming to the bathroom. So, as I look up, the little girl gives me the dirtiest look ever. Okay. So I looked back at her like that because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she would have hit me with a smile. I'd have hit her with a smile. She gave me a dirty look. I gave her one back, right? Because I felt the energy before I came in. And I'm thinking, I'm over here minding my business. And still yet, devil, you come to find me. So there's the mirror. She didn't like that. She didn't like that. Okay. They walked past me, family. I hear her mumble something to her mom, and the mom and her turn back around, walk past me, but then the mom leans over the table in front of me to talk to the lady who seats everybody. And after she finishes saying whatever she was saying, because I was minding my business, I went back to watching my the lady I'm looking at on YouTube. And then they just step back. And so when they step back, both of them are standing there. So I know she's finished talking. So when they step back, I'm thinking, what they doing? I look up at her. I said, what? They go on and walk by and go in the bathroom. Next thing I know, this big 6'3", 280-pound white boy hit the corner. They daddy. Both they daddy. Hey, I'm like, okay, well, I don't care. I'm putting my food up. I go to pay. He walks back by the bathroom for a minute. Then he comes back and stands at the register and just stares at me, tripping, right? So I'm looking at him. I'm like, what's going on? So then those two come out the bathroom. He's like, you're not going to talk to a 10-year-old like that. I looked at this lying ass white boy. I thought to myself, talk to. I didn't say shit to her, but what? And her body language ain't going to talk to a 52-year-old woman like that. The fuck you think this is? You talking about how I ain't going to talk to a 10-year-old bitch? I'm an elder. I'm her elder, and probably yours too, and your bitch's elder. I guarantee it. Thank you. I am blessed. I am grateful to look the way I look at my age. But how you gonna tell me I'm not gonna talk to a 10-year-old like that? I didn't even say shit to her. So then he walks up and was like, yeah, just let me pay for my food. Walks close to me and says, stupid bitch. Huh? Did you just call me a stupid? Y'all, when I tell you spirit came. And when I say from the solar plex chakra, spirit came. Before I know it, the whole restaurant was at spirit's command. I ain't never seen a 6'3", 200 and something, and I think he's about 320, honestly. 6'3", 300 and something pound white man. But I looked at him, I said, first and foremost, I felt your energy before I even came in here. I said, and that is why I sat back there. When I sat, out of everybody's view, out of sight, out of mind, I said, but still yet, you and your family came to find me. I said, your daughter hit that corner and gave me a look as if I didn't belong. And when I tell you this little white girl gave me the dirtiest look I ever seen, I said, damn, there's all kind of people in this restaurant. Why you come and look at me all fucked up and dirty and shit? I said, because the gang soccer sent you, because they listening on my phone calls to see where I'm going. And everywhere I go, here comes some weird motherfucker. Family. I looked at that man, and because he pissed me off when he called me the bitch, but I laughed at it and said, okay, yeah, all right. You may see me as that, okay. You know, I just said, okay. But then when he came and stood on the right side and was still talking shit and talking about paying his bill, I turned and faced him. I said, first of all, your daughter, I said, I never even said a word to your daughter. I said, her and her mom stood there and gave me the dirty look. And when I asked them what, they walked in that bathroom and called you. You're a coward for raising a family like that, because I'm going to address it right there. Me. I'm not calling my husband. So they challenging me, and I'm sitting down having a peaceful breakfast by myself. Nobody else is sitting in this section. But they hit the corner to fuck with me. I said, I didn't say nothing to your daughter, but what? I said, because the look on her face and her body language said it all. I said, and you need to be ashamed for raising her up like that. I said, you're a bigot and a racist, and that's how you're raising her. Period. But the same people, the same three people that was walking in, and I damn near started my car and went somewhere else. The spirit said, no, just go in there and mind your business and stay out the way. Period. I sat somewhere totally different, y'all. Totally out of eyesight. I went off. I told him, I said, do you know why I sat back there? I said, I sat back there to avoid your energy because it was felt in the parking lot. I said, but still yet, you came to find me and harass me through a 10-year-old. Because you teaching, and she looking, he talking about she 10 years old. She stand my height and my size. That's a fucking grown-ass woman, especially if she hitting the corner looking at me like she a grown-ass woman. Like I've done something to her. I told him, I said, you're looking at me like I don't belong. The question is, do you belong? Because the way you have built this country, you and your forefathers and forefathers, shit, y'all got hell to pay. And don't think that God ain't gonna come for you. And the fact that he even stepped in, y'all, to call me a bitch And under his breath, stupid bitch. I thought, oh, you didn't want to say that shit all out loud, you fucking coward. Well, I'm not even gonna cuss, but I'm gonna tell you, you raising your daughter to be a bigot and a racist because you are. When Spirit, I'm telling you, when Spirit got to talking, the whole restaurant turned around and looked. Even he shut the fuck up because he was talking all kind of shit at the register, thinking you punking somebody in front of your damn daughter. You know how somebody try to come up and talk a lot of shit to you, but keeping it quiet so just a couple little people could hear. No, no, we opening this shit all the way up. The whole restaurant need to know what's going on because I know nobody knew I was in there. And if they did, it was everybody that was waiting, the waiter, the seater, and that was it, or anybody that came to the restroom. Didn't nobody know I was in there. See what I'm saying? All right, family. So, oh, I'm sorry, but that was my experience today, and I went on and put it on record. I put it on record because this is the kind of cheeky motherfucker he is. He'll be, oh, I want to file a complaint on a black lady, and this is her license plate, bitch. Well, I just want to let you know, sir, that yes, your temp tags. Once you get a license plate, yeah, your temp tag is also associated with your license plate, sir. You feel me? This is what kind of shit we dealing with. Now I go to mind my damn business and the devil come. Mm-mm. But I felt good, y'all. Let me tell you why I felt good. Because when I say spirit came out and spoke through me, do you know, normally I'm cussing my ass off. I didn't even have to cuss. I didn't even have to cuss. Mm-mm. Not one cuss word. I let him know. Spirit was like, you looking at me like I don't belong. I sat, and Spirit was like, I sat back there to avoid you and your energy. Why do you think I sat over there? To avoid you. Facts. I love you, babies. Thank you for letting me get that testimony on now. Let's get to y'all's reading. You know what I'm saying? Man, family. I mean, you be trying to mind your own business and you really be staying out the way and on purpose and going about it that way. And still, yet, the devil is busy. The devil is busy. Thank you for being here with all being 1111 Energy Soul Tribe family. I love you. Okay. And the divine loves you. Thank you for everything that you do for our space. I love you and the divine loves you. Okay. All right, family. Let's hop in. Let's hop in. Yes. I might have to go back up there and get my receipt too. Because I told her, I'm looking at the trees. I ain't trying to trip off the tree. I don't want to keep printing out receipts. Let's save the trees. Okay. You can text it to me. You can email it to me type energy. But because he was standing there, and I mean this white boy's like 6'3", y'all. About 6'3", definitely about 220, 320, about 320. I mean, real big old hoop. Them he got them earrings where there's a whole big ass hole in the earring, and a circle has their ear a gauge or something. He had gauges in his ear, two two big gauge earrings in his ear. Look like a big ass Irish man to me. And I'm like, shit, you look like my cousin. You could look like you could be my cousin. Shit, Muller was from Ireland. I'm like, this motherfucker probably an old, younger cousin. I'm over here cussing out and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even cuss at his family. I just let him know. I said you shouldn't be raising her like that. I said you raising her to be a bigot. You're raising her to be a racist. You shouldn't be raising her like that. Her soulmate could be a brother, a sister, a Hispanic, or anybody. But we know how they get down though. They rather be with a Hispanic than anybody else, okay? I'm just gonna keep it real over here in the freedom of speech of the USA. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. 15 minutes in, let's go. I love you, babies. Thank you for what you do for us in our space. I love you. Divine, at this time, I ask that you continue to keep us protected during this read all reason all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. any negativity, any toxicity, any evil being thrown or projected at myself or the Soul Tribe family. I ask that you strike it down and cut it down as we too strike it down and cut it down, clearing, canceling it, and releasing it back to the universe. Ashe, and thank you. All right, y'all. Let's see. What is it that the divine needs? Oh, I see that. Look at this deck sitting here. I thought I put this deck up. Okay. Oh, damn. Let's see what the divine needs and wants us to know, family. Boom. Dishonesty. I will withhold information from you for my own benefit. That came out in the reverse. So you're not being dishonest about something. Damn. Okay. Now I don't want to turn this into my own personal read and a viewing for y'all. But Spirit is saying, yeah, whatever your testimony is, you ain't being dishonest about it, family. What else, Spirit? Yeah, there is no deceit here. Deceit. I have ill intentions and may be planning on deceiving you. There is no deceit here. Why do I feel like that shit was so staged though, family? I ain't lying. I listen. Where I said no one would have, the couple of people that would come in, like when they come in, they could see you, but once you out of your sight, out of mind. I'm sitting all the way at the back. They ain't even got to come back there. No one even has to come back there. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that Denny. I don't know if they have a bathroom on the other side or not. Wow, that's crazy. Deceit. There's no deceit here. So, okay. What other messages do you have? Yeah, that feel I was like, what the fuck? I'm sitting here minding my damn business. Period. Chaos. That's it. Your light is bright and the devil is there to interrupt it. Some of y'all could be a magnet for trouble. And I swear to goodness, that's exactly what I felt like. It feels like every time I go somewhere and I try to mind my business or I ain't even doing nothing to nobody, they come. You may be this magnet for trouble. It's not your fault. I leave a trail of mayhem behind me. I didn't leave no mayhem. Didn't nothing crack off like that. But the fact that he stepped up to whisper and call me a dumb bitch, and then you know what I'm saying, I felt was so disrespectful because I hadn't even called him out of his name. I hadn't even called him out of his name. I hadn't said anything. But then he tried to, oh, somebody could be trying to sabotage something. Oh, I'm so glad they have cameras there. Okay. Because he sure did. He steps in to call me a bitch. He's like, and you're not going to talk to a 10-year-old like that. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean talk to? I ain't saying shit to her, but what? Because her and her mammy stood in front of me, like, came back, turned back around, played like they had some questions or some shit for the lady who seats people so that they could then stand side by side and gaze and look at me with this look on their face. And I'm like, so I asked them what? And then they walk past, go to the bathroom, and here come they 700,000 pound daddy. I'm looking like, boy, the bigger they are, the harder they fall type energy up in here today, huh? Yeah. I'm looking at him like, look, I don't know what you do to her at home, but baby, you will not do it to me here. And not today. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And I just laughed it off when he called me the bitch because I said, oh, yeah, you in trouble for that one. Spirit gonna handle you. And then he walks on the other side to pay at the register and he won't shut up. And I'm trying to tell the lady, I was like, yeah, I'll leave this lady a tip. I said, I have the cash on me. And he's still talking. And I'm telling her I'm going to go on and do that. I'm trying to, get. And I just turned to look at him and it came out. I said, do you know why I sat back there? To stay away from you. Because your energy was felt in the parking lot. I said, but yet, here you come, devil. Here you come. I couldn't even mind my own business. And I did have a lovely breakfast. It did. I did. I had a lovely breakfast by myself. But still yet, the devil is always there to cause chaos and try to sabotage. Baby, you can't sabotage shit because that spirit is telling you I ain't being dishonest or deceitful with what I'm saying. Only take what resonates here, family, because this might be this testimony reading I'm doing, but you may be going through the same types of things where you sitting here minding your business, but you are attracting the chaotic people, the people who are ignorant as hell, the people who have no respect, number one, for their children. Because if you're raising your children to be a bigot, then don't you ever expect nobody that you don't approve of to help your child. And there's going to come this day where your child's going to need help, and there's nothing going to be there to help her but the people you told her to dislike. And at that time, the father is not going to help that child. And I hate to tell that man that, but that is exactly what's going to happen. His child is going to be in need. And at the time of them being in need, the only person that is going to be there to help that child is going to be who she was taught to dislike. And at that time, that is when she is going to realize that she had been being taught wrong the whole time. And so sad, the father is telling me, spirit is telling me, they're not going to get that help. And that's sad. That's sad. And she's only 10. But she doesn't even look 10, y'all. She might like, no, she was as tall as me. I said, shit, goddamn, what they feeding these goddamn kids? I was like, huh? I'm like, shit, 10? Shit, I wouldn't give a damn how old she is. You tell me I'm not gonna talk to a kid. She's a kid. I'm a grown ass woman and she giving me dirty ass looks like I done did something to her. I don't know you, little girl, but I know your energy because it stems from your parents. And your parents got you on the wrong path. Facts. Your parents got you on the wrong path. So we'll leave that. Let's get back over here real quick, y'all. So you may be this magnet for chaos because that's what it is when it's the light against the dark. You in this spiritual warfare. They are definitely dark energy. That's dark energy to teach your children how to be racist and bigots. That's dark energy. Period. And if they are racist and a bigot, keep that shit under wraps. Don't come look for it because you can get it. You can get it straight up because that was disrespectful. And then you double back with your mammy as if she going what's she about to do? Called him. All y'all some fucking cowards. Bitch, you're a woman. Stand on your 10 toes. And sir, bastard, you gotta be a bastard. You can't have a daddy acting like you. And if you do, ooh wee. But how you gonna sit up here and hit the corner for somebody 5'3", nigga? I'm yeah, I said nigga, because that's exactly what you are. Anybody that acts like they act, that's a nigga. See, they made that for black people. Black people ain't as ignorant as them, and not all are ignorant. But that one was. Who you hitting the corner for? I'm not gonna talk, and then raise your voice, say you're not gonna talk tomorrow, and puff your chest out. You better step the fuck back before you see what 5'3" can do. Who are you talking to like that? And I didn't say shit to them. They bucked up at me. I'm sitting down eating my damn breakfast. Mm. So these energies are trying to sabotage. Don't try to fucking sabotage me, bitch. Because you mad because I'm not working for nowhere in the state of Colorado that's already getting dogged walk. You ain't gonna get no federal funding because you partnered. You partnered with who you've partnered with. So you stay in that bed. But you come fucking with my channel, I'll own the state of Colorado. And I mean that shit. Hmm. All right. Sorry, family. Oh, I'm gonna make this quick. Oh. Looks feels like, oh, now they want to apologize. Apology, yeah. I'm not over what happened. I sure the fuck ain't. But an apology could begin to mend things. Yeah, well, I look. I put it to you like this. I feel like had I left without saying what came out, then I would have left holding on to what had happened. But I feel like y'all, even I was shocked because I don't make scenes and I don't do any of that. It'd be like, okay, when he slid up and was like, stupid bitch, and I was dumb bitch. No, he called me a dumb bitch. I was like, I laughed that off. When I laughed it off, I was like, okay, well, that was interesting. But all right. So I'm still trying to pay for my, and he's still talking shit. The next thing I know, it came out of nowhere, but you should have seen. I don't know exactly what he was hearing, but it looked like he had shrunk or something. It was like, it felt like his energy shrunk. Like cause he's big and he had his chest all puffed out and it was like his energy shrunk. Interesting. You may be able to shrink energies or something like that. Okay. Because his energy shrunk. Look, misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding when it came to somebody's status, and something's mutual here. Yeah. Says misunderstanding and things got lost in translation and taken out of context. Direct communication will clear the air. Spirit, okay, Spirit. Y'all, this might be my own damn personal reading today, okay? Shit. Something about status here. Social standing is very important to me. I'm only interested when you're elevating my image. Maybe, maybe that was it. Maybe he wanted to look like he was, some sort of macho with dad or something. I don't fucking know. But by the time I finished talking to his ass, I did see that whole energy kind of shrink. It was weird. It was like, because when I told him, I said, and you shouldn't be raising her that way. I'm like, you sitting up here raising her and to be a bigot and to show that through her facial and body expressions and stuff, as if I'm supposed to be an idiot and can't read that shit. Shit, body language and facial expressions speak more than any words ever can. Shit. Ugh. Somebody here, that may have been a challenge of the maybe demons want to come and challenge your spiritual ranking or something. Okay, because with this social standing, I don't really even care about all that. You feel me, family? Like I don't know exactly how to explain it. A lot of people want you to. I don't. Stardom and fame and all that shit is not what I've ever wanted. All I want is peace, and I get it. And yes, where the devil came to interrupt it, it was definitely checked. And they don't got to worry about me stepping back up in that Denny's anyway, because that shit didn't taste the same way the one my daughters got. And that one was got over somewhere by where I live. I can't remember how we found that Denny's shit. I was like, why doesn't it taste like how my daughter's one tastes? Hers tastes really good. Yeah. So the feeling is mutual here, okay? Somebody here is with you. They're on the same page in the wavelength, whether it's good or bad. Yeah, that's matching that energy. I can't make it up. It's matching energy. You gonna try to check a 52-year-old woman behind the way a fucking 10-year-old came with her mama. Straight bigot energy. Straight racist energy. To come fuck with me while I'm sitting down in my goddamn Denny's. And I say my goddamn Denny's because I'm born and raised in this motherfucking state. And matter of fact, the neighborhood that funky fucking Denny's is in, I've been in that neighborhood ever since I was an eighth grader. Montbello did not start out with none of the people that's in it there now. And them, I don't know if they was passing through or going on wherever they was going, but they should have just kept going. But nah, they was purposely sent there by the gang stalkers. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. This is my state. I was born and raised in Colorado. Short birth certificate, long birth certificate. Facts. Mm-hmm. Woo! Family. Yeah. Look, it's mutual. We're on the same wavelength, whether it's good or bad. It could be all love or not. Family, okay? It says here, yes, love. I will be a positive force in your life and only want to bring the peace and happiness. And look, that message that Spirit delivered, which I felt like, I was like, damn, because I don't ever even make sense. Where did that come from? And literally, the words that were spoken, when I seen his lip tremble, I wonder what that meant. Because immediately he stopped talking. But see, he was like talking a lot of shit to me under his breath. And then when it just Spirit just busted out, his lip trembled and he stopped talking. Spirit was talking. Damn, Spirit was that's fucked up. Spirit was like amusement. Damn, somebody's like, I find your stories comical and your life a source of entertainment. Y'all don't be laughing at what happened to me. Shit. I was like, I'm just listen, y'all. This is what, and I know it. And the only reason I got it is because I am on this thing, so I can't eat a lot during the week. And this is what it is because they gave you two. When my daughter ordered it, it only came with one. But when I guess maybe because I got the slam or something, but there were two. Maybe there were two, but this is it. And man, so this is gonna. I don't know how long how this will last. I don't think it will last until next week unless I freeze it. But it was too much for me to eat, and like I said, it wasn't even as good as the one my daughter got. I'm gonna have to ask her what she did to hers. Maybe I was supposed to put butter or something on it. I don't know. But it was so good and and I'm so in trouble, but that's okay. I'm gonna walk it off on my treadmill. But Spirit, don't laugh at me. Mm-mm. Cause I don't make scenes. So that pissed me off that even happened. And you know, I still, even after he called me a dumb bitch, anybody else probably would have made a scene, or I don't know. Or they may have just said, well, my neighbor told me to tell him, yep, and a good one. My neighbor's like, you should have told him, yeah, and a good one. But like my neighbor told me, she was like, you know what, T? She said, if nothing else, you got him thinking now about it, how he's raising his daughter. Mm. Message. Okay. Ah, let's see what other messages. Hmm. Friendly. I come with warm and good intentions, bringing joy and light to your life. And that's really how I be, family. I be like, let me stay out the way. Let me mind my business. They like literally double back. I said, did they just turn around and come back? That Denny camera gonna catch all that shit. I was sitting right up under all the cameras. I was like, damn, they got cameras everywhere. I said, okay, cool. Yeah, it's gonna catch them turning that corner, then coming right back around, then doing all that. Yeah. Yeah. Some could be, yeah, the future here. Our paths are destined to align through the purpose. Though the purpose may not still be clear. And what does that say? Though the purpose may still be unclear. Okay. I feel like, there was a reason for that interaction. And I don't give a damn. They better pull the right footage too. Well, they always try to finagle. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna be out. This state is forsaken. Okay. When the state you live in is forsaken, this forsaken. And they're gonna pile every fucking piece of dime that they can't recruit from the federal government on its taxpayers. They got me fucked up for real. There's gonna be some great news though, family. Yep, I have something amazing to share with you. Let's see what Spirit wants to share with you. What is it, Spirit? Damn, you ain't gonna need no loan. Damn. I am in need of a financial loan. Spirit is saying you ain't gonna be in need of no financial loan. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. What other good news do you have to share with us? And my soul tribe family gonna be so upset with me behind this reading, but Spirit, please give them some messages. There's not gonna be any distractions, and somebody was trying to exploit you because that came out on the fence. Distractions. I will it says I will interfere with your goals and waste your time. There ain't gonna be no distractions, okay? And with this exploitation, I want to take advantage of your resources, connection, skills, and knowledge. Yeah, look, that's what it is. Trying to come in, trying to exploit, trying to do. Bitch, listen, you was out of line. Trying to act like you defending your child. You sent that little bitch over there, and yeah, I'm mad now that I think you sent her little ass over there to fuck with me. So you could try to step into your manhood. You a punk and a pussy for that. Cause you a whole grown, big ass, oversized white boy stepping up to me in front of your daughter who you raised since she came out of her mama's stinking twat. To be a bigot and a racist. Mm, yeah, at the bottom of the deck. That's all negative. Especially what I just said. I'm sorry, family. That was all negative. All negative. And for those of us that are born and raised in Colorado, we know what's out here. Okay. No. Mm-mm. Some of y'all who resonate with this, you could feel like this is a safe space. This here, the home, is a safe space. But Colorado's not a safe space. Okay. I'm just gonna tell whoever don't ever move here. Okay. And those that have left, no, they are never coming back. Okay. It says, I accept and respect you for who you are and ask only for the same in return. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, all right. I'm sorry, Spirit. I didn't mean to call her out her name. I'm sorry. I take that back. I'm sorry. She is a kid, but I don't give a damn. They better teach her something. All right. I'm getting chastised at the same time during the reading, family. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But see, they're all about themselves. This is what it's about. As these are these people that they're just focused on them. And the thing is, they're scared. These are energies that are scared. It's like you upset at me for being in the state I'm born and raised in. But what you really need to be upset about is your leadership and how they let this state crumble and fall into the hands of others. And now they're being penalized for it. And that's sage advice. See, my wisdom is rooted in experience, and I can offer a fresh perspective. Colorado, you're fucked because this state for the last 2 decades have been grooming this state for a hostile takeover, have been grooming this state to push out any brown and black colored skin, mainly black colored skin. And you embraced brown skin as if they were better than black skin. And now you are facing the repercussions of it. And guess who's going to on the chime? And guess who's going to bite the brunt of this shit? Guess who's going to have the brunt of it? The Colorado taxpayer. And you're mad because I don't have to be binded and bound to your state. Because you blackballed me. I couldn't even work in your state. Your gang stalkers blackballed me Because I took your ass to the EEOC for violating civil rights of 1964. Shall you not be calling people niggas and monkeys and snatching their hair out on the fucking job? You will always answer to God when you do wrong. So yeah, hit their ass, Trump. And I'm gonna leave this message here. I love you. I love y'all. I'm sorry. But this is my testimony to today. And it's going to be gossiped about. All right, family. So I love you. I'll be back. I love you. Thank you for tapping in. I'm going to have to make sure I do this one right. Oh, well, they'll figure it out. All right. Love y'all. Let's close out. Thank you so much, Divine. I do ask that you continue to keep love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth in our lives and all the time. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.